Chargers will have the goal kick.
Yeah, it's good to see him back. He's my roommate. Just while I got the opportunity, wanted me to give his mum, Pam, a shout out. So there you go, Pam.
Glad to have all Bearcat Nation joining us tonight from around the states and around the world. We'll bring you all the home contests here on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network throughout 2018. As the ball fought for and won by the Bearcats, Brock came out with it. And now they want to send it deep, trying to get a run there to Young. The ball will be herded off by the Chargers, and they'll play it back to the keeper.
Just looking at these first 3 minutes, I was looking at their season last year, Alabama. You know, they went 9-6-3, struggled against the ranked teams. I was expecting them to come here today and just, sit in, soak up pressure, but, they've pressed high. Obviously, with this heat, they're gonna struggle further into the game, but, unsettling Lander so far. It's a good opportunity for first game of the season. No team settled, so you want to really unsettle them and press them high, and, that's what they've been doing so far. We'll see if they can carry on for the full 90 minutes.
Opening minutes of this one, scoreless here between the Bearcats and Chargers. Lander, we mentioned in the open, advancing to the NCAA Southeast Regional Final last year. They fell in double overtime to conference rival Young Harris, with the Bearcats garnering a lot of preseason respect, ranked 12th nationally in the preseason United Soccer Coaches poll. Ball played along the far side. Bearcats trying to get it into space. Now a little bit of room to maneuver, but not much. So the Chargers with it along the back line. Ball headed in the middle. That was Jamadar. They got a piece of it. Jamadar, one of many seniors in the starting lineup for Lee Squires, as he sends out 7 seniors out of his starting 11. This veteran team with high hopes for this year is Hanger, one of the newcomers. Send that ball deep, and it'll be controlled in goal by Fullen for Alabama Huntsville.
I'm excited to see how Hanger starts. I was lucky enough to go away to that preseason game at Newbury, and obviously this home game I was here to watch, and he started well. I know the boys, there's a lot of buzz around him, around training, so it'd be good to see a great step. There we go. See how he settles in, and clearly he's doing it quite well early on. Oh, he's in.
Now an opportunity as that ball slowly rolling, and Fullen will have it. There's a chance early for the Bearcats there as Young, check it, that was Hanger, had an opportunity there in the early going.
Nearly perfect timing now, wasn't it, for me?
Huntsville tries to counter now back the other way. There's a long run far side. Bearcat defense trying to retreat and get in position. The ball played into the middle. A lot of white jerseys in the area, and Lander's going to poke it free and send it away.
Well, that looked like a foul.
No whistles, we play on. Play back in the midfield area. Alabama Huntsville trying to push it ahead. They want to send it down to Hurl on the near sideline, but the ball too far ahead. That was a junior defender from Canberra, Australia, trying to make a run near sideline. And the ball headed away, and Hanger will throw it in. 7 seniors in the starting 11 for the Bearcats. They also will go with Hanger, the lone junior, 2 sophomores in Ferguson. That ball played in the middle. Check it, 2 juniors. Young, also a junior, along with Hanger, and then the freshman Bonfim in the goal. Approaching the 7th minute here in the first half. Scoreless between Lander and Alabama Huntsville. There's a long ball to Hanger. Going to try to run it down near sideline, able to keep it in play, and now wants to turn it back into the middle. 1-on-1 against Hurl. Sends it in. And the ball headed out of the box, and now Sandy comes out with it. Sandy wanted to turn the corner, The ball knocked away, and it'll be a corner kick for the Bearcats.
Corner kick, Lander.
Like you were saying earlier, the boys in this senior class had a lot of recognition over the summer and last year. Lots of awards, obviously Skelton, the new lad Ferguson, they've both been PDL honorees, as you say, throughout the summer. Rich, Oz, Ty, Sin's the only one really who, he deserves the credit. His hard work goes unnoticed. He doesn't get the stats that a player of his quality deserves.
The ball sent into the box. Headed on, deflected, and saved.
I think that was Kyle there at the back post.
I think that may have been Ferguson that attempted the header there for the Bearcats. He was able to be saved by Fullen as he punched it forward and then fell atop it.
I think that corner just there, obviously North missed hit his earlier, but that floated one just from Oz, that's where he got a lot of his. Oh, here we go.
Another opportunity now. Young
Right
back
up
to the middle. There's Jamadar.
Go on.
Got space left side. Shot on the way. Knocked away by Fullen. North going to try to reset. Lob it far side. Sandy is there, and the ball knocked out of play. Throw in Lander.
Great opportunity there for North. On his favoured left foot. Quickly countered from right to left, and this Alabama defence was really stretched there. Great opportunity. Unlucky. Good save though.
Ball deflected away over the end line, and another corner kick coming up for the Bearcats. I believe number 3 already, and we're less than 9 minutes into this first half.
Yeah, as I was just trying to say about that last corner before we nearly scored. That first one from North, obviously mishit it, but the second one from Oz, just floating it to the back post. We've got big tall lads. Oakley's 6 foot plus. Kyle, Skelton, big lads. George Knight's obviously suspended today, but we've got a lot of height in that area, and we can attack it well. See what we do here.
Brock will roll it to the top of the box. Shot deflected away as it was Bryan that tried to fire it. Now lobs in, headed on the way, just wide. Oh, Richard Bryan's shot was deflected, then he lobbed it into the far post.
I think he was offside. I think Skelton might have been just offside there.
I think the flag may have been up.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
So Skelton's going to be called for offside, so the header that was off target will not or wouldn't have counted regardless. But early on, Ian, you talked about the opening moments of this game. It looked like the Chargers were kind of setting the pace. But at the moment, Lander has been on the attack here in the last few minutes, multiple opportunities at the goal. Another opportunity there for Lander is now they'll send it into Hanger. Ball sent wide. Now the Chargers trying to counter. Bearcats will play it back now. Kyle Ferguson, the sophomore. Take it along the middle.
Yeah, it's important that Skelton and Kyle, looking like the 2 regular starters in that central defence position. So important they strike up a relationship early because, we've been so good at home over the last few years that, those 2 are crucial to how we perform. If we keep a clean sheet, we're never going to lose. And, the quality in this team, we're definitely going to score goals every game, that's for sure.
And we've got whistles and it looks like a foul be called on Alabama Huntsville. In the 13th minute here in Greenwood. Check it, that foul is actually going to be called on Lander.
Did he just get booked? I think Oz might have just been booked there.
Oliver Brock might have just gotten a yellow card, and he did. So the first booking of the year goes against Oliver Brock, senior out of Mansfield, England.
Yellow card for Lander, number 7, Oliver Brock.
Not really sure what happened, but ref setting his standards early. Hope he continues that for the rest of the game.
Trying to take control here early on, and now the ball played inside by Moreno. Ball Sent wide, a chase to the goal line. Knocked out by Lander. Now fight for it far side. Chargers come back out with it. They want to play it into the box. Dangerous opportunity. Shot high and over the crossbar. As Lander dodges a bullet there, the shot attempt, I believe, came from Clinton. So a goal kick for Jose Eduardo Bonfim, a freshman goalie for the Bearcats. He sends it to the midfield stripe. The ball won by Alabama Huntsville.
Oh, that looked disgusting.
That's
He went in with 2 feet there, I think.
And there's the whistle.
Be interesting to see what he does here. He's already set a standard with that one on Oz. You know, it looked for me like a lunging 2-footed tackle. I mean, I know it's early in the season. Sorry, Rickson. It's early in the season. Like, he's not going to want to flash his cards. But, yeah, I mean, I've even got written down here, they're a bit ill-disciplined. They've got a lot of fouls and yellows and reds last year. So, you know, they're clearly fiery in the tackle. And, you know, that just shows there he's got to wait not even to get a yellow. Ref might be visiting in here. No, nothing.
I think that may have been the point that Skelton and Young were trying to make there, as they both convened on our official.
Yeah, I mean, he set a standard with Oz's tackle, booking him there, and that was a lot worse, definitely.
Well, regardless, it'll be a foul but no card. As free kick to the Bearcats. High header won there by Clinton as he climbed the back of Hanger, and then Hanger shoved to the ground. And we'll get another foul against the Chargers. So some of that aggressive tackling that you just mentioned, Ian, starting to be on display here for the Chargers here in the opening 15 minutes. Back-to-back fouls, and now it'll be Brock that's going to get the free kick from the near sideline. Brock will raise the left hand, and now everybody in motion. Ball sent in.
Great ball. Oh.
He was trying to find Ferguson, but it was headed away by the Chargers. That was a nice pass in from Brock. He's a bit of a free kick specialist for Lander. Last year with corners as well. Led the team in assist as Young plowed to the ground.
That looked like a foul as well.
They'll play on as the Chargers send it down to midfield, out of play. The Bearcat ball. Approaching the 16th minute here in the opening half. 2018 opener. Rickson Laney and Folger with you live from Van Taylor Stadium on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network.
Yeah, I think, you know, neither teams really had a sustained spell of possession. It's been a few chippy fouls. It's important now Lander really concentrate, you know, not get drawn in. A lot of teams will come here, you know, play a dirty game, try and foul you, pinch you when your ref's not watching, little things like that just to wind you up. But it's important they keep their heads because, I mean, the quality will show throughout the game, and I really hope it does.
Bearcats out shooting the Chargers 4-2 here early on, and already 2 shots on goal. Fullen has had to make a pair of saves in the early going. You're right, Ian, sometimes when these teams come in trying to spring an upset, on opening night in particular, might try to dirty the game up, muddle the water a little bit, and force the Bearcats into a style they might not be comfortable playing. But Lander was the aggressor there in the opening 15 minutes after a bit of a slow start. The ball knocked away by Hanger, throw into the Chargers. It'll be taken by Hurl. '17th minute here in the first half. Lander and Alabama Huntsville scoreless. Ball headed on. Young had it slip away from him, and it winds up at the feet of Wilson. The Chargers will play it deep back to their keeper, Fullen.
Here we go. Now the ball's on the floor. Let's see if Lander can keep the ball for a few passes. Gone longer. Keeper come a long way there.
Yeah, Fullen has come far out of the box here in the opening minutes. Is that ball beyond the reach of Hanger? Throw in Alabama Huntsville.
Yeah, as you're saying, that Fullen, he played every game from last year, so, you know, regular number one. He's been in around the squad. He knows a lot of these players. Like I said, he's started every game last year, so He's obviously got a bit of class, bit of quality.
Then Bolton and Hurl tangled up there. Bolton gave him a bit of a shove. Lander will have the ball. 27:45 remaining in the opening period as Hanger will throw it in. Jamadar on the near side. Entry pass, one touch back to Sandy. Now Sandy tries to poke it ahead, but instead ball taken away by Alabama Huntsville.
Great tackle.
And then Sandy came from behind and knocked it free for Lander.
See, that's that work I was saying about earlier. You know, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game, that doesn't go on there, but it's so important. You know, stop the counter-attack. I know he did give the ball away, but he worked so hard off the ball to win it back. Great defending.
It didn't allow the Chargers to get into a counterattack there. Is now Brian going to run it down far side. The Bearcats will play it ahead. Long ball, a bit off target.
That might be a little cause for concern just there when, oh, there's a foul by Sin. When Sin made that tackle there, Lander a little bit stretched. Just looking across the back line, Oakley was a little bit higher. You know, as Lee wants from his fullbacks, or Coach Squires I should say, wants from his fullbacks, he demands them to be up and down all game. So he might have to adjust to that. He was caught out a little bit of position, but it was good defending from Lander, kept it well.
So after the foul on Sinclair, Sandy, free kick coming up to James Fee, sophomore from Fayetteville, Tennessee.
Let's see how Lander defend this. First real chance for Alabama to put a ball in the box. Like I said, we're so good attacking it. Normally very, very good at defending them as well. Let's see from here.
Ball sent high on the right side of the box. That was Ferguson that got a piece of it. Ball still controlled momentarily by the Chargers, but then Sandy and Bolton
here we go.
convene. Now Lander on the run.
Go on, Rich.
Bryan to midfield.
Oh, that's a foul.
Looking for help and tackled.
So that should be a yellow as well.
And we're going to have a carding here as the official asks for the clock to stop.
Yeah, that's Lander so good on that counter-attack. You know, we've got pace up front. Even from our left back there, you know, he's breaking forward, breaking the lines. It was 2v3, I think, at the back there in favour of Alabama. But, you know, he had to bring him down. Smart foul, but he's taking a yellow for the team.
Much rather have a yellow than down 1-0 here in the first half. So the Bearcats now in the 20th minute with an opportunity once more.
The preseason game, Oz had a similar free kick from where he tested the keeper. It was a good save, in fact. See if he can replicate that here.
Fullen trying to set the wall as he stands to the far post. Now Ferguson try to sneak in on the back line. The ball sent in and wide of the far post, and Fullen able to guide it out of bounds. Goal kick for Alabama Huntsville. Scoreless here at Van Taylor Stadium. Rickson Lane and Ian Folger with you. 20th minute of action in the first half as Lander hosts Alabama Huntsville out of the Gulf South Conference in the 2018 season opener. Now a tangled Tyler Bolton will fall to the pitch. I think he might have been whistled for a foul there as he got wrapped up with Khalil Bell.
Yeah, I think it was Kyle, in fact, just holding on to the striker as he brought the ball down.
Foul against the Bearcats, and the Chargers looking at another free kick here as they'll try to set everybody up top of the box. All sent far post, and a nice leaping grab by Bomfin.
Good save. That will settle his nerves. First game in front of the crowd here. First start in a competitive game. He's not really done a lot so far. That will definitely settle him down.
That'll be his first save. As Jamadar sends it back. Skelton will play it to the keeper. 21st minute here. Lander and Alabama Huntsville scoreless. Now ball on the far side. Now a deep pass. Well, that was Young trying to get there. Hard to tell from here in that sunny corner. Bearcats fighting for possession along the far side. Now the ball knocked out of bounds by Alabama Huntsville. Another throw in to Lander.
Yeah, it was a good way to relieve pressure there from North. Obviously, it was tight in the back. They were pressing. They had good numbers around the ball. Sometimes it just takes that little clip over the top, stretch them a little bit, get their backs to goal, and look where we are, a bit of possession in their far side now.
Possession has stayed on this side of the pitch as the ball free. Sandy trying to run it down along the goal line. Send it back to Hanger. Hanger will lob it in, headed away.
So there we go, there's that. Another smart foul, he's probably going to get booked for that. Looked like they were stretched again, their lander.
So the foul will go, is that Jemadar?
I believe it was Rich.
That's Brian, you're right. Richard Bryan.
Yellow card, Lander, issued to number 3.
Senior out of Enfield, England. As you mentioned earlier, a solid summer for him in the Premier Development League. So remember that Mississippi Brilla squad that consisted of 4 different Bearcats. Brian, Skelton, Sinclair, Sandy also on that team, as was Ozzie Brock.
Yeah, I know, speaking to those boys, it was a experience for them. They said, it's always nice, as weird as it may sound, fresh ideas, playing with new players. It can really improve you. You come back to Lander and you've learnt a lot. Might not be specific to Lander and the way Lee plays, but it develops you as a player, and that's why that league's there.
On the competition level as well, as you're playing against a lot of those guys, high-level Division I players. And Lander kind of made a name for itself there during the summer as that ball sent to the far corner, trying to be run down for the Chargers by Moreno. And the flag is up, and a throw-in for Alabama Huntsville. But the Bearcats, with Skelton named Defender of the Year, and Richard Bryan was in the discussion for MVP midway through the season. Lander, really the Division II team that got the biggest showcase from its players this summer in the PDL especially. As the Chargers trying to play the ball back and get it free from this Lander attack, and they do. As Fulham will send it over near side. This is Fee with it at his feet. 23rd minute, scoreless between the Bearcats and the Chargers here on opening night at Van Taylor Stadium. 2018 season underway here in Greenwood, South Carolina. Ball crossing the near side. Hurl will take it. So the Chargers try to set everything up here. Trying to free it away was Brock.
Oh, there's another, see what I mean? There's another disgusting tackle.
Yeah, Bolton cut down as he was in the air.
This game's getting a little bit chippy. The ref done well throwing out his yellows, but still there's tackles flying in. A little bit of pushing.
Yeah, little interactions there from the Chargers and the Bearcats. And
I'm not sure if that was the same lad who went in 2-footed on Ty earlier in the game, but it was.
I think it was. I think it was Bell.
He was lucky to get away with that first one. This one surely he's not going to slide under.
Now it looks like both teams are going to be sent to their benches for a moment.
Yeah, probably just getting on water. Both coaches know how hot it is out there. The pace of this game started well. Neither team, like I say, really dominated the ball. It's been a bit back and forward. A couple of chances here and there. So yeah, when you're running without the ball, it is a lot of hard work. It's important to hydrate, so later on in the game, you're not getting cramping up.
Close to 7:30 here in Greenwood, South Carolina. 86 degrees currently. I believe the yellow card was issued to Bell.
I think it was number 2.
That would be Davey Buscio, sophomore out of Madison, Alabama. 21:34 remaining opening half. No score between Lander and Alabama Huntsville.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, Alabama, their game plan, it looks like they've just come here to frustrate Lander, and it's worked so far. A few yellows, it's exactly what they've wanted, staying at 0-0. If they can go in at half-time from here, they've been a happier team, I feel, their coach.
These teams kind of feeling each other out here in the opener. Ball battled for in front of the Bearcat bench. Will finally be poked free. Lander with possession. to have you with us tonight on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network, and a reminder that we will bring you all of Lander's home action throughout the 2018-19 academic year. Soccer, volleyball, basketball, baseball, and softball. Now Sinclair Sandy, they're trying to find him, but Hurl able to knock it away. Ferguson heads it on from midfield. Now Bell trying to run far sideline. Lander shields him away from the ball.
See, there you go. There's another one. They're just trying to frustrate. Hopefully he doesn't bite to it.
And Khalil Bell has been involved in a lot of these scrums here early on. I'm a little surprised he's not heard more from our official.
So tired as well. It seems like they're almost targeting him.
Yeah, he and Bolton have been at it a couple times already.
3 or 4 of their bad fouls have been on Ty. I mean, he's, I said it in the preseason game, but obviously that one wasn't streamed. He's so crucial to this team, just sitting there in that midfield 3. Like, he allows the fullbacks to bomb on. So, you know, he dictates a lot of how the play starts with Lander. So if they can frustrate him and knock him off his game, maybe they've targeted that, I don't know.
When you saw last year, for those of you that joined us down in Evans, Georgia, just how crucial Bolton was to that team in a Peach Belt Conference tournament where he did not record a single stat. He was named the tournament MVP.
Yeah, that's good. You know, obviously it's so important, stats are, but a player like Ty, Sin to some extent, you know, they're not going to get those stats. It's what they do off the score sheet that is so important to the team. Playing in that position is crucial. Great pass.
We've already seen a lot of it early on. Lander trying to attack once more with the ball poked free. Looks like Bearcats will maintain possession. 27th minute here in the season opener.
As you can see on the stream, the sun's right really low behind those trees. So, you know, it's hard to see, especially being a player out there, if that ball switches.
Fulton comes away with that one.
Yeah, that ball wider from, I think it was Kyle out to North. That's so hard to see. Did well to control it.
You can tell, those of you joining us on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network, there's just patches of the field because of the tree cover across the way and the kind of the uneven nature of how those trees are cut. There's just kind of some pockets of sunshine.
Yeah, Oakley's just had the shield of his eyes down here in this throw-in. He can't see anyone in the field.
There's part of the field that's completely engulfed in shadow right now.
Touch.
As Sandy trying to make a move in the middle.
Is he on?
Pass on
He's
ahead.
on.
Shot wide left from Jamie North. A great touch and go there as Sandy found him, and North just rolls it wide of the far post, and Alabama Huntsville avoids Lander danger once more here in the opening half.
Promising signs though for Lander. That's the first maybe second time they've gotten behind that back 4. If they can carry on like that as the game goes on, these centre halves are going to get tired, especially in this heat. I keep going on about it, but I've struggled with it for 4 years. So towards the end of the game, they're going to be feeling it as the game gets stretched. Lander's quality off the bench. I think Leach is on the bench today. Joe Conway, a freshman. They've got a bit of pace. So it could prove really good, for Lander towards the end of the game.
Bearcats out shooting Alabama Huntsville 6-2 here in the early going, and now trying to run. Hanger had it just behind him a little bit, but he frees himself, and now he's on the move on the near sideline. He's got Sandy in front of him, pass to him, back it goes to Hanger. Hanger lost control of it, knocked over the inline, corner kick on the way for the Bearcats.
Corner kick.
There's a prime example of, you know, how high and quick Lee wants his fullbacks to get. Oz released Hanger, and he was in there. Beautiful ball inside the Sin, great return. And there's another chance for Lander from a corner. North's just on the edge on his own. Is Oz out there? Here you go.
Well, Brock is out.
Oh, just going to swing in, I think.
Yeah, Brock will take the corner. He's going to send it into the box. A lot of blue jerseys in the area, but Lander's going to be able to come out with it. Ball sent back wide, and beyond the end line, goal kick for Alabama Huntsville.
Yeah, Alabama, I guess they've recognised, I'm not sure if that was on their scouting report from last year, just how promising we were from corners, set pieces, so they sent all 11 back into the box, defended that one well at the back post for Skelton.
Skelton trying to win that header, ball skewed off the side.
That looked like a Lander throw-in, yeah.
It will be a Bearcat throw-in. This Hanger will take it. Skelton, a sizable advantage there as he was able to stand above Moreno, the sophomore out of Spain. Now
yeah, he's probably not going to challenge as much in the air. So he's got to use his body well there like he did. Skelton went up, but he's just backing into him, and it just skewed off his head. Oh, here we go. Go on, Sin. Oh.
Sandy trying to make the run. Lander still with a chance here. North was trying to sneak in along the far side, but now the Chargers with the ball on the far sideline. Ball sent ahead to Bell. Sliding
Great
tackle made
Ty.
by Bolton.
So there we are. Just as I was saying earlier, how important Ty is to this team. Richard gone higher, lost the ball, and Ty's there to cover him. Snuff out that attack. Great tackle.
Still scoreless here in
Great
the opener.
combination there. North could be in here. North could be in if he finds him. Oh, he's going the other way.
Also along far side. North still coming on the near side. And the Bearcats get the attack here.
Oh, he went down too easy there, I think.
The Chargers came away with it. North trying to save it. The ball sent along. There'll be a throw in to the Bearcats. 31st minute of action. Scoreless thus far.
I like this year. You know, they did it in pre-season, those 2 games I watched, and they've started it so far here. Ty's just sat in on his own, and Sia and Oz have been allowed the freedom to just go to the edge of the box. They had options there. Rob opted to go on the outside, but he did have Sia and Oz inside of him then. Going off.
All played in the middle by the Chargers. Trying to turn it there was Clinton. But Ferguson comes out with it. Now Sandy in the middle, surrounded by a lot of blue. Tries to turn it back. And able to play it along to Brian.
Great turn.
Now Sandy wants to go far sideline.
Oh, what touch.
Under 14 minutes to go, opening half. Bearcats trying to get on the board. Shot on the way. Deflected by Fullen. Still available, and Fullen gets another piece of it. He'll fall atop it. Lander had 2 opportunities there, and both times Fullen able to turn the Bearcats away.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of miscommunication there with Oz and Rob. Rob could have maybe been the favourite there. Oz just took it off his toe. But, you know, promising signs, like I said, Oz is getting in the box. Oh, a little loose. Oh, he's recovered it. And then obviously Rob's your striker. You're going to want him flying in. Keeper pushed out in a dangerous area. And Rob and Oz, yeah, maybe if there was just one of them there, a little bit better communication, Lander be winning 1-0 here. But things are looking promising. Lander growing into this game now. You know, they've settled down early 30 minutes. The nerves are now gone. And they're growing into this game.
Sun starting to set across the way to our right. So we're in the 32nd minute. Still no score here between Lander and Alabama Huntsville. Ball played on the far corner. And Lander into the pitch.
Oh,
Skelton tried to keep it inside. And a flag goes up. And it'll be
it the other way.
It'll be Bearcat ball. I think they're going to call foul there on Moreno.
Yeah, from here it looked like Skelton had his arms all over the kid. But refs giving it, or linesman actually gave it the other way. Taking a little bit of a risk down there in the corner. He probably could have opted just to clear it, but, you know, somehow it's worked out for Lander. They got a free kick.
Closing minutes of the first period. Ball sent ahead. Headed away by the Chargers. They're trying to get it to Moreno, but Skelton was there to head it back. Brian trying to keep it in, but he cannot do it as it slips free in front of the Bearcat bench. Nil-nil here in the first period of play.
Looks like Leach is about to come on for Lander. Tackle from Sia.
Throw in coming for the Bearcats.
Who's this coming off? Rob just coming off for Leach.
And Robbie Young will
for Lander, number 11, Michael Leach.
head to the bench, and Michael Leach.
Yeah, it's good to see Leachy back. He unfortunate with an injury last year that put him out pretty much all year. Tebow's coming on for North as well.
Also in the
Just
game
changing
for
the front
Bearcats,
three up.
number 19, Tebow
You know, given a new challenge, obviously Tebow and North, looking at the size of them, you can tell they're different players. Leachy and Rob, you know, not so dissimilar. Obviously, they both work hard for the team. Quick lads, good first touch. So that's a more like-for-like change. But this front three just mixing it up. Be a new challenge for the Alabama back four. Here we go, T. First chance.
Thibaut Chrétien gonna send it into the box, deflected away by the Chargers. Chrétien, the reigning Peach Belt Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, he was unfortunate this summer. He was at a good Reading PDL team. They made the final, but he got injured halfway through the year. Wider.
Ball sent along to Hanger. Can he run it down? He cannot. Chrétien, the sophomore from Laval, France. Bearcats have had quite the reputation in the conference for cultivating young talent. They've had 3 consecutive years of players being named either outright or co-freshman of the year.
Yeah, maybe Bonfim's year to get freshman of the year if he's the only regular freshman that starts.
It's the only one in the starting lineup tonight.
So they're diving in again.
Sandy tried to get it
hurt,
back.
though. I'm not sure what happened there.
Brian's got an opportunity. Ball sent into the middle, and there once more is Fullen almost out to the top of the box to collect that one.
I'm not sure who that. Number 6 is it?
I believe
Yeah, Fee. He dived in there with Sin. Looks like it's come off the worst.
That's James Fee. You're right. He remained on the ground there for a few moments as the Bearcats were trying to attack. Now ball near side taken by Hurl. Chrétien pressures him.
There we are. Lander pressing high now, winning the ball back high up the pitch. Maybe that changes. Lee's told him, Leach and Chrétien, or T rather. Don't know why I've called him that. Maybe those two. He's told them press higher, win the ball higher, and create opportunities. And here we go.
Chrétien inside, shot at the feet. Chrétien gets it back, going to send it wide. Ball beyond the outreach of Jamadar. And now it looks like Brian will come away with it. Ball poked free, out of bounds to Lander.
Yeah, you know, hopefully in these next 9 minutes now, Lander are really on top. They can capitalise. They don't really want to go in 0-0 at half-time. Alabama have suffocated them somewhat this first half, but now they're growing into the game, and hopefully they can get a goal in the next 9 minutes.
8:41 ticking showing on the clock here in the opening half.
Hit it. Oh.
Ball sent high, and that one may clear the netting. No, going to stay in the park.
Okay.
Hanger, I believe, misfiring on that one.
Yeah, it was a great little combo around the box there. Sin showing his quality. Who else was involved? Rich, Leach, I think. Just showing their quality in there, popping it around this Alabama defence. Alabama just going shorter from this one because Skelton and Kyle have won every header up there. They given up on that.
So we enter the 38th minute, another chance. Bolton lost the handle.
Just pressing high again. They've won it back. Just couldn't keep hold of it, but won it again. Alabama just dropping deeper. Now they've not really got an outlet. 21's on his own up there. And, you know, Skelton and Kyle dealt with him well so far.
Sinclair into the center, headed by Jamadar. Fight for it. Hurl came away with it. Ball still free. Now controlled momentarily by Jamadar. Jamadar top of the box. Send it right side, Chrétien. Chrétien shot deflected away over the inline. Corner kick coming up for the Bearcats with 7:25 to go in the half.
Yeah, Lander have definitely recognised Alabama are here for the taking right now. They've penned him in the last 2-3 minutes, and you know the pressure is going to keep building till half time. Be interesting to see if Alabama make a switch just to freshen up a little bit because they're really struggling.
The ball in the last 15 minutes has just lived on the Charger end of the pitch.
Right,
Header in.
Whoa. Oh, has it gone in?
It is not, I don't believe. The Bearcats wanted a signal. They're not going to get it.
What are they, the liner and the ref are talking. They've gone over.
Oh, that one looked like it had crossed the end line.
I mean, you don't get 7 players appealing for that unless it's gone in.
That one certainly looked like it was in.
I feel like Alabama know. They've got a couple of players walking over.
Well, yeah, everyone on the pitch stopped, with the exception of 2
Goal.
or 3 players.
Yeah, he's giving it.
Goal
Get
for the
in there.
Bearcats, 1-0 Lander.
Was it Kyle that scored it?
I think Ferguson will get the credit for it.
It bounced around a lot.
So we try to re-look here on the replay. Ball was sent in.
Was whipped in. Kyle headed it off the post.
It was Ferguson.
Yeah,
it was.
I guess before it hit the second post, Sia celebrated. Look, there you go. Sia celebrates there.
Yeah, Jamadar was right on top of it, and he knew it. Kyle Ferguson, first career goal, and Lander takes the 1-0 lead.
Number 6, Kyle.
39th minute of the first half, and the Bearcats lead at 1-0.
There you go. Corners proving dividends again. Oz just floating it in. Great header by Kyle. You know, he's about 2-3 inches taller than anyone on their team. And those balls in there, we're going to win a lot of the headers.
I tell you what, Ian, you look down in that box on those corners with Skelton and Ferguson towering above so many players on the pitch. Lander's got to love those opportunities, and they've got Ozzie Brock, who has really become quite a threat at sending that ball into the box.
Yeah, Oz can find a man on a sixpence. He's got great delivery. Rightly so. He got, 12 assists last year, I think, most in the Peach Belt. A lot of them coming from corners, set pieces. He's got such a good delivery. You know, he's going to pick out the big men in there all day. Lander fully deserved the lead. They have been on top the last 10 minutes.
So the Bearcats, after plugging away here in the last 20 minutes on the Charger into the pitch, finally strike pay dirt 1-0 in the 39th minute.
Oh.
Brian went to his knees for a moment. Ball into the box, protected away by Hanger as he sends it deep. Well played by Lander.
Yeah, he's offside, Leach.
Offside flag is up on Michael Leach.
That goal looks like it's lifted Alabama. They were quite happy just sitting the last few minutes, and straight from kickoff, they're flying forward, throwing men forward now. It's important, Lander, don't give up another chance like that, because, you know, with 5 minutes left, 1-0's a dangerous score. Just see this one out, relieve a bit of pressure. Oh, I don't think it was going out. Good pass.
Ball sent near side to Hanger.
Great touch, T. Lander stretching the field again. Great pass from Ty.
Brian, far side.
Here we are, both fullbacks high. Lander got 6 in the box.
Taken back by Chrétien.
If the Alabama team are cheating a little bit, they've left 4 up. So it's now 4v3 back home for Lander. If they can get hold of this ball. Oh, Ty sweeping up. Great touch.
Bolton tries to control it along the back.
So that's what I mean. 1-0 Lander. They're getting a little bit more comfortable, but Alabama are almost cheating. Oh, what a pass that is inside. Can Oakley win it?
Chargers trying
Great
to
tackle.
get something going here as Ferguson went high to get it. And now we'll have a whistle. And they're going to get Ferguson for this one.
Yeah, high foot. Could have been a foul. I mean, it was a high foot. He's lunged in a little bit. He's appealing. He didn't, but it was a little bit dangerous. Could have been a foul just before that on 21. It looked like he pulled him down. But yeah, it's important now that Lander, you know, next 4 minutes, not shut up shot, but they've got to make sure they can't be giving away silly chances like that, because now it's a dangerous free kick. Oh, they're making a sub. I think number 13's just come on for them.
Yeah, I think you're right. That'll be Nicholas Hall, a sophomore out of Fayetteville, Tennessee.
Number 6. Maybe that was from that injury earlier when he stayed down. He's come off and just walked off with their physio. He's holding that leg that he went down with. That might be him done for the day.
Keep an eye on that. 4:05 remaining, opening period. Lander up 1-0 on the goal from Kyle Ferguson.
See, this is a dangerous position. You know, it's not so close that he's going to have to struggle to get it up and down. He can put a little bit more whip on this one. And Bonfim, you know, he's set up a 4-man wall here. Sin just on the edge. Hopefully he's not got the quality to put this in. They're planning something, I don't know.
And quite the long huddle here between Aratias. Now he'll take it and high over the crossbar, so a lot of communication for very little result.
Not happy. I don't think that 21's not happy with what he's just done. I guess that wasn't the plan.
And Moreno and Wilson both were very dramatic with their expressions towards Moreno. You're right. I don't think that that was quite the plan. So regardless, Bearcats now with possession.
Yeah, Alabama have recognised that must have been their game plan. They've pressed high every goal kick. You know, Lander typically want to play out from the back from goal kicks, and they're not having it. They're pressing high, forcing them to play long. So maybe a smaller front three than what the Alabama back four is. It looks like they've had a little reshuffle at the back four there. Number 4 was playing left back. He's gone centre half now.
Ball sent back to the middle.
Great header. Good tackle, Skelts.
Bearcats trying to hang on to this 1-0 lead.
at number 8. He's found himself in a pocket between Ty and the 2 centre-backs a lot this game. Most of the goal kicks just dropping over his head, but I think he's got 1 or 2 where he's had a turn. Oh, what a pass. Leach is in.
And Michael Leach on his way. Shot well high and right. And oh, that was a little pin-up adrenaline from Michael Leach. His first shot on goal in quite a while.
Yeah, his first shot back for a year, so he's probably snatched at that one thinking he was going to see his name in lights.
That was a shot 12 months in the making right there.
Yeah.
Leach just uncorked it into the trees.
For the Bearcats, number 27, Max
I think
Landau.
Max is coming on for Sin just there.
So the debut for Max Landau, a freshman from Darlington, England.
Yeah, he looked lively against Newbury. Don't remember too much of him from the game against Southern Wesleyan, but he did well against Newbury that second half he played. Skelt's come a long way, great header. He had to win that. Oh, dropped in midfield.
Chargers trying to rally here in the final 2 minutes, and Boffin comes way out to get it. Well done there by Jose Eduardo Boffin.
Yeah, quick off his line there, snuffed out the danger. Skelton he'd stepped up. You know, nothing wrong with that. He went and won the header, and then Kyle covering, just running through to Eduardo though. Here we go, 2v1. Get the ball wider.
Hanger wide to Chrétien. Can he run it down in the corner? Going to be able to keep it in play for the moment. Now Chrétien with 2 defenders in front of him. Ball deflected.
That looked out.
It was out. Hanger will get a throw in. Final minute in the first half. Lander up 1-0.
I mean, if you're going to be overcritical there, Oakley,
One
that pass a little
minute
bit closer to
remaining.
Tebow. It was a great opportunity. Just over here a little bit, and T could have whipped it in. We had numbers in the box. But still got possession of the ball though. See this out for 50 seconds. Oh, that looked like a penalty maybe?
A wide cross there, and it looks like that was number 27, Landau.
Yeah, Max was in the box. The 13 lad rushed in. He was never going to win the ball.
Absolutely
Stupid
not.
tackle. On another day, another ref. If that game's 0-0, you know, you've got to be asking questions because he was never looking to win the ball. Just looking to smash him out of the way.
I agree with you. That's a dangerous play. Only down 1-0. You give Lander a penalty kick here in the
Skelton's
final
not gonna
minute.
miss.
No,
Skelton's not going to miss penalties either.
No, he's not. Now the Chargers
Here we
trying
go.
to answer.
Go on.
Ball's free.
Great.
Leach wins it. Leach one-on-one. Right
Whoa,
side.
whoa.
Shot curled wide left. Oh, Michael Leach had another look at it. Unable to get it in the net. But Lander will take a 1-0 lead into the intermission. Bearcats on top of Alabama Huntsville as we're through the first half here in Greenwood, South Carolina. 1-0 lead for Lander over the Chargers. We'll step aside. Second half action coming your way. You're listening to Bearcat Soccer on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network.
Starting momentarily. Fans, please direct your attention to the field for tonight's halftime contest. Our contestants will be participating in the Bearcat Dizzy Goal Challenge. Each contestant that can successfully score on the Bearcat after completing 10 full revolutions will receive a gift card redeemable for a Chick-fil-A sandwich. Our first contestant is Ross Catley Davies, a graduate student in exercise science from England. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up next is Anna Chamness, a senior psychology major from Charleston. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Up next is Praise Thorson, a senior healthcare management major from Myrtle Beach. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go! Up next is Damian Mulraney. He's a sophomore elementary education major from Ware Shoals, and he is clearly very popular. Ready, set, go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Our final contestant is Jamie Owens, a freshman business major from Airport. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Other way, Jamie. Go! Let's give a round of applause to all of our contestants. Fans, remember that if you are over 21 to visit the Sports Break tent They are going to close down shortly after halftime. The attendance for tonight is 467, the fourth largest in Van Taylor Stadium history. So give yourselves a round of applause.
Can you feel it? Now it's coming back. We can steal it. If we bridge this gap, I can see you through the curtains of the waterfall. When I lost it, yeah, you held my hand, but I tossed it. Didn't understand you were waiting as I dove into the waterfall. So say Geronimo.
We welcome you back to Greenwood, South Carolina. Rickson Lane, Ian Fulcher with you live from Van Taylor Stadium. The Bearcat Broadcasting Network proud to bring you the season opener, 2018 Lander men's soccer team in action. Bearcats with a 1-0 lead over Alabama Huntsville as we begin the second half of play. Lander in the first half, a goal in the 39th minute as it was Kyle Ferguson who put the Bearcats on the board with a header. As Lander, checking the 38th minute, pardon me, as Lander was able to strike first in this one. Bearcats far and away the aggressors in the first half. 14 shots from Lander, just 3 by the Chargers. Lander had 5 corner kicks, none for Alabama Huntsville. 4 saves made by Miles Fullen, the Charger keeper. Jose Eduardo Bamfim has had some balls at him. He has not officially made a save yet. As that ball played along the near side, that's a great pass from North, but the offside flag is off. You're right, Ian, as they try to get Jamadar along the near sideline. Opening minutes of the second period and a 1-0 lead for Lander. And you've been in these sorts of matches where you're playing a team in the first half, you feel like you've got an opportunity to get out on them early. How much of a relief is it for a squad like Lander who comes into this match as the favorite to be able to get that goal late in the first half and know you go into halftime with the advantage?
Yeah, it's definitely a massive weight off your shoulders. Obviously, being a defender, you've done your job so far pretty well for the first 38 minutes, like the back four have done. Limited them to, 3 shots, and one of them was a free kick. So, yeah, you've limited them to nothing, really. And you're just praying that your teammates down the other end can do their job. And so far they've done it. Lander looked very promising, both ends of the field. And you'd expect that to continue second half. Like I was saying earlier in the game, Alabama have pressed so high and so often. Like they've just done there, forcing a long ball. Eventually, legs are going to get tired. You know, whenever they get the ball back, they're just going longer. So, yeah, Lander keep getting the ball, keep coming. And then another long ball looks like. Yeah, there you go, another long ball. But Lander is so good in the air. They've done quite well to recover possession here. Good tackle from North.
North able to pry it away. Bryan was wrapped up from behind as he tried to poke it free, and that's going to be a foul against Nicholas Hall. He was a first half substitution for the Chargers.
Yeah, obviously the 3 new boys playing in that, well, effectively with the keeper a back 5. You know, their nerves will be settled. They've done their jobs first half. Solid performances from all 3 of them. Eduardo's not had a lot to do, but collected everything he's had to. What a pass. Oh, he's offside.
Offside's flag.
Sorry, Eduardo's done what he's been asked. You know, that's all you can do as a keeper. You save every shot that comes at you, even if it is 2 a game. You've done your job and you've kept the clean sheet. Kyle's been dominant in the air, obviously scored the goal to put us 1-0 up, and Oakley's done very, very well getting up and down that pitch. First half, created a lot of opportunities.
There's Bryan with the ball at his feet. He has it poked away by Bell.
Bit soft, but probably was a foul there.
Yeah, that's not the most egregious foul that Bell's committed tonight. We've called his name out several times. Him and Tyler Bolton have been entangled with one another on multiple occasions throughout the evening.
Yeah, that matchup second half, Rich and number 8, you said his name was Bell. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Both have been cautioned in the first half, so that could be a matchup to watch out for second half.
There were 4 yellow cards issued in the first period. Brock and Bryan drew one for Lander. Bell and Buccio
Can they transition?
took it for Huntsville. It's that ball booted free by Lander.
Good position in there from Oakley. He tucked in well, nice and tight to Skelton, limited any ball through the back 4, forcing them wider, and he couldn't quite get it over. But Landon have had a couple of opportunities they've given Alabama there on the transition. They just broke through the midfield 3. With obviously just Ty sitting. Sear and Oz have done a lot of work in the midfield, getting back and forward. As the game goes on, it's going to get stretched for both teams. And hopefully Lander can be the ones taking the most chances out of that. Great step from Skelton.
Ball headed out of play, throw into the Chargers.
Lander, just the first 5 minutes, they've took their foot off the gas from what they did the end of the first half. A lot of opportunities. That final one, Oz won the ball back, played in Leach, if we're being critical again, probably should have scored. Oh, just run through. Yeah, maybe could have scored. Oh, was he offside?
Didn't see the flag go up.
The ref signalling something. Yeah, I guess he was offside. Good line there from the back four. But yeah, going back to that chance at the end of the first half, Oz stepping higher. Typically what he didn't do as much last year. Obviously him and Ty were sitting. This year he's been given a bit more of a license to go forward on the edge of the box. Great flick. Go on, Sin. Oh.
Bearcats trying to win it back here as they move right to left as you're watching on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network. The ball headed back, and now Ferguson trying to outrun Bell. Bell got a one-on-one here, shot on the way, and it's into the net, and Alabama Huntsville has knotted the score. Khalil Bell ran down the ball, misplayed by the Bearcat back line, and the Chargers have knotted it up 1-1.
That's a killer blow for Lander. First good chance they've given away, and have taken well by the lad number 8. Skelton maybe trying to be a little bit too cute. Didn't realise how high Kyle was. Number 8 just nipped in. It's disappointing for Lander because they've defended so well first half. Obviously Skelton, he'll know he's made a mistake. He doesn't want anyone to tell him that. He'll know himself. Be disappointed, and he's the kind of player who'll bounce back though. Watch Skelton now to go and get a goal or something like that. Skelton are putting a big performance now.
As North got tangled up there with Hall, and Skelton went and retrieved that ball out of the back of the net, had his hand in the air the whole way as if to say, that one's on me. As Boffin was one-on-one with Bell. That ball out of play, throw into the Bearcats, and Alabama Huntsville continues very aggressive, very chippy style of play here in the second period. As we mentioned, Hall and North got tangled up, and Hall gave them a little extra something after they got to their feet. Now the Bearcats will have it on the far sideline.
I was saying about the chippy fouls. I was just looking then. Lander have actually committed more fouls in that first half.
Yeah, believe it or not, it was 4-3 against the Bearcats in the first period. There's a lot of extracurricular stuff you saw that didn't necessarily draw whistles as that ball is sent in, punched out high by the keeper. That was number 1 for Alabama Huntsville, Miles Fullen. Called his name a lot in the first period.
Yeah, he's had a lot of work to do so far tonight. All 11 men back in the box again for Alabama. They've really recognised that Lander are good on set pieces. If I'm a Lander player, I'm licking my lips at that though, because they're clearly not very good at defending set pieces. We've already scored 1, and they've got all 11 men behind the ball.
There's a deep cross.
Could be another. Oh, go on, hit it.
Punched out by Fallen, shot on the
What
wall
a strike.
from North,
Oh.
deflected.
What a strike that was from North.
Oh my goodness, a missile off the foot of Jamie North. And Lander's going to have another look at a corner.
I think it's blocked.
Yeah, I think that shot was deflected away.
Keeper was flapping at the cross. Ball dropped to North. Great strike. So good, both feet. I expect that to fly in. No, oh, he's giving a foul. How's he giving a foul that way?
Not sure who that one's on. As it was the Bearcats who had a player on the turf, as it looked like Skelton was knocked to the ground. But the call goes against the Bearcats, and so Chargers will have a goal kick here with 37 minutes and change remaining.
Oz again delivering 2 beautiful set pieces, corners as well. North from the other side, he was the one who whipped it in originally to win the corner. Is that a foul? Yeah, Kyle just a little bit too tight to the centre forward rather. He's done well, like I said, first half with Skelton. He knows he's not got a size advantage, so he's just using his body well. Kyle a little bit too tight, just rolled him, and he's won himself a free kick. And another opportunity for them to smack one into the box.
36-30 showing on the clock. 1-1 our score. Goals for the Bearcats from Ferguson, and the Chargers got one from Bell here just moments ago. Ball sent in. Dangerous play, and Lander able to clear it to the far sideline and knocked out of bounds. Throw in for Alabama Huntsville.
Yeah, important tackle there from Kyle. He's played very well so far tonight. He's there again, just clearing that ball over the trees. But yeah, important clearance. The knockdown. You know, they're throwing a lot of bodies in that box, looking for those kind of knockdowns there, and Kyle reacted well to clear it away for throwing. Really fizzed that throw in there. Straight out for a throw in. Goal kick even. Here we are. Skelton's just stayed deeper, but they're still staying high. Trying not to let them play out from the back. Kyle could be on here if Eduardo can find him. Not really sure. Maybe that's, you know, he's a freshman, first game. Can't really blame him for taking no risk like that. They'd pressed high. Skelton wanted the ball, but no blame on Eduardo there for kicking it longer.
Ball headed back by UAH. Still being played about. Now sent to the far sideline. Chargers with possession. Trying to poke it free on the side, and they do. Sent in high, and Boffin will watch that one sail over the net.
Yeah, Skelton just, you know, rallying the troops. They've been on top for nearly 70 minutes of this game. Oh, 70, I can't add up. Nearly 55 minutes.
Been out there a while. Of course, with this heat, it probably feels closer to 70. Everyone on that pitch and everyone in the stands, for that matter, was thankful to see the sun set during the halftime session here at Van Taylor Stadium. That means the temperatures will drop a little bit. There's a long ball sent near side. Young trying to run it down for Lander, looking for help, and he'll send it back to North. North spinning back inside. Nice play there from Jamie North. Now he's got a little bit of space. Cross it wide, nobody there, and over the end line.
Yeah, Rob just peeled wide there to lay that ball off to North. Wasn't really that many in the box for Lander. You know, first half you were seeing Sia and Oz breaking late into that box. They were just on the edge of the box there. North trying to find Sin maybe at the back post. Rob was then making his way in, but out for a goal kick.
Throw in far sideline. Controlled at the moment by the Bearcats. Now a bit of a run.
What a pass.
I'll play back into the middle. Well, Bearcats had jerseys there, but now Brian recovers it. Over to North on the near side.
Was
North.
a foul. Is he not giving that?
North is not going to draw the whistle, no, and the Chargers come away with possession as they send it ahead to Bell, and here comes Ferguson to send it into the stands.
Yeah, great step. Recognised the danger there early. Committed himself and, you know, cleared out for a throw-in. It looked like a foul. I mean, the ref obviously couldn't see the angle we were at here, but he looked like he just left an arm dangling and stopped North getting on the other end of that ball. Alabama, that goal's allowed them to grow in confidence now. They're actually playing between the lines, causing Lander a bit of problems in midfield. Whereas, oh, what a pass from Oz. Don't know if he meant that, but Sin's in.
The Bearcats on the run. Sandy, far side, 4 white jerseys around him. He'll get it inside. Brock hesitates, shot high and over the net.
Yeah, that worked out well. The left back stepped really tight to Sin, and Oz flicked it around the corner. He arrived late, the left back, so Oz might have been trying to find his feet, but it worked out well. And Sin breaking at the back 4, you know, that's a sight you'd like to see more often than not, because he is very quick with the ball at his feet and can cause problems to any back 4 in the country.
Bearcats have really made a name for themselves defensively since Lee Squire's arrival. As Lander has routinely been one of the conference and
great header,
occasionally one of the nation's top defenses. Now Young had it at the moment. The ball misplayed slightly. Bearcats trying to win it back, but sent out by UAH. Ferguson, the header near side, no white jerseys in the area. We're going to have a foul against number 21 for the Chargers. That is Moreno.
Yeah, just, again, using his body a little bit. What's happened? Yeah, 21, he was just using his body illegally there. Kyle had already gone up for the header, and he just nudged into him. Great pass from Rich.
Once again, a chance for Lander on the near side. Young sends it in, ball deflected away. Now Brian trying to shield it as he chases it down. Bolton went in for the tackle and a whistle and a foul. And the clock will stop at 31:08. And it looks like Bolton is going to get a booking here. Third yellow of the night against Lander.
Yeah, anyone out of the midfield three. The way this game's going,
Lander, yellow card
that,
issued to number 20.
as the
Tyler
game
Bolden.
stretches on more and more, Ty's going to be the one sitting. If he's now got to make a foul later in the second half, he's going to have to think twice about it. Possibly a counter-attack could lead to more than just a foul. That would be something he's got to think about for the rest of their second half now. Because as the game has stretched, like I've been saying, Alabama have found more and more pockets within that space.
Ball trying to be headed out of danger by the Bearcats. Bolton over to Brian.
Oh, just tried a little bit of a risky area for that. Maybe could have secured it. Tried another little flick.
Bearcats still trying to win it back, but the Chargers relentless here offensively. And now Lander finally comes free with it.
Here we go, the pressure's on. Feet. Oh, he's done well to find that 18, dropped in deeper. They've just left two up top, two higher. Great header, is Oakley going to recover it?
Ball outside the box, now far side. Send along toward the end line, cross back in. Nobody was home for the Chargers, and Lander's defense able to clear that one out of danger.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if we start seeing more and more substitutions. Looks like T's about to come back on. Game's getting stretched. It is the first game. It was very hot first half. Game's getting more and more stretched, tired legs. First game in the season. People not fully ready to play 90 minutes in the heat we have done. I know we keep mentioning it, but it was hot. It is a struggle to keep playing at this intensity. Alabama haven't really made too many changes. Obviously, this was the Lander team that started as well. So a lot of these players have now got 60 minutes in their legs. And but T coming back on to offer something different yet again. And he's so effective at what he does.
Sandy,
Great
able
feed
to
from
free it
Sam.
around.
Oh, what a turn. Oh, he's just been caught.
Chargers with it near sideline. The ball misplayed and out of bounds. Alabama Huntsville was trying to get it to Nylop, the sophomore from Estonia. Under 29 minutes to go in regulation, 1-1 our score. Boffin will keep it at his feet.
Looks like Alabama have just changed their shape a little bit. Their wingers tucking in narrower on the centre halves. Looks like a narrow front three now. 11's tucked in, 8's tucked in on this near side. Oh, Rich, that looked dangerous. Oh, it's Oakley.
Man down in midfield. That's a Charger.
Yeah, see that? Oh, is he going to book him? Yeah, it looks like he's pulling out yellows. Quite happy with his yellows. That one for Oz early on really set the standard. And now both fullbacks on cards, Ties on a card. Those boys are, going to have to do a lot of 1v1 defending.
Lander, yellow card issued to number 34, Oakley.
So
Hanger.
Oakley Hanger will draw the yellow card there for the Bearcats.
But yeah, just that slight adjustment Alabama have made. Both wingers tucking in. That 11's come deeper, and Oakley wasn't too sure whether or not to go with him. He committed to it a little bit late, and that's ultimately why he got booked. But just that little adjustment, the fullbacks are questioning whether or not to press or whether or not to drop off, because there's a lot of space in behind them now.
Now in the game for Lander, number 19, Thibaut Chrétien.
Could see another little change to the shape. Yeah, it looks like Sin's going in midfield now and Thibaut wider. Sin obviously very versatile, as is the man who's just come off Sia. Sin's so good with close control. He can play in numerous positions. He even played right back for a little bit last year. Good tackle from Oakley. That could be a Lander ball. Yeah, it is.
A 1-1 score here in Greenwood. A 51st minute goal from Bell has pulled the Chargers back even. .27:35 showing on the clock. Boffin send it away. Bell with it, a one touch there, but taken back by Brock. Now he wants to send it wide to Chrétien. The ball off of the sophomore and throw in to Alabama Huntsville.
Be good to see Tebow getting out this left back now. Down in front of us first half. Oakley was causing him a bit of problems. Then obviously Sin and Northie, who was on this near side first half, caused him a bit of problems. It looks like he's blowing a little bit, just over on that far side when the ball's here. So it'll be good to see T getting at him. Oh, just given away from Rich. Oh, great pass in behind.
Now an opportunity once more for the Chargers.
What a tackle from Skelton. Great recovery.
Great run down there by Jordan Skelton. Corner kick coming up for Alabama Huntsville, but it could have been much worse.
Yeah, he done very well to recover there. Ball just over the top. Lander a little bit exposed. Richard gone forward, down on his near side, all over the top of Kyle. And Alabama quick to counter, but you know that's how important it is to have a good understanding between your centre halves. Skelton across to cover him well. Like you said, it could have been a lot worse than a corner.
Here comes the corner kick.
Oh, it looks like this has been worked on.
They send it way up high, and the shot deflected away by Brock.
Here we go. Can we counter?
Lander's got numbers.
Good tackle.
Sandy brought down in the open field.
Oh, it looked like he got the ball, to be honest with you, from here.
I was about to say, Ian, we've seen a lot of tackles tonight. That was one of the cleaner ones I thought we'd had.
He stopped the clock.
He did stop the clock. Chrétien and number 23, Nylop, are still trying to play on.
He's right there, but 11's been booked.
Yep. Guy Clinton.
Yeah, yet another important to some extent tackle, because Sin was breaking at pace. He's taken one for the team. I mean, as bad as it sounds, it's one you've got to take professionally, and that's why it's called a professional foul.
Sandy was on the run, and mentioned after the shot deflected by Brock, Lander quickly looked to counter, and they had momentum and numbers going the opposite way before the tackle by Clinton. So the Bearcats try to regroup here in a 1-1 ball game. Under 26 minutes to go, regulation in the season opener.
Great work from T.
Oh my goodness, that one took a hard deflection off of a Charger. Still up for grabs in midfield.
I don't think that's a foul. He's gone down right in front of the ref.
He's not going to draw that one. All the histrionics aren't going to amount to anything. No, now the clock stopped. Well, I don't know if that's going to be a...
I mean, he's given a throw-in. It didn't look like a foul. I mean, it was right in front of him, so it was probably the best position to see it.
Well, the reason I didn't think he was going to get anything was, as you mentioned, he went down right at the feet of the official, and the official just sort of stood and watched him for what felt like 5 or 6 or 7 seconds. I think they may have stopped it for the trainer to come look at him. I'm not sure that Lander's going to have to give possession up. I think they're going to keep the ball here.
Yeah, I mean, he knocked out our play. He might have been trod on with his foot, but I mean, the ref was right there and he didn't give it, so you're not going to complain if you're a Lander player.
The Bearcats will have the ball, and we'll try to...
just stopping for drinks, it looks like a lot of players.
Well, as the Chargers tended to, we're going to step aside for the moment. 25-25 remaining in the second period. 1-1 our score. Lander knotted up with Alabama Huntsville. You're listening to Bearcat Soccer on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network.
Well, maybe he was hurt then. He's just been subbed off, number 11.
Yeah, our apologies to Clinton. I thought he was trying to draw a whistle, but he was.
No, he's just come back on.
He's healed. It's Clinton.
Oh, there you go then. He wasn't injured.
Substituted moment by Jonathan Olivares. Regardless, it's a 1-1 ball game here with 25 minutes remaining. Lander and Alabama Huntsville even.
It looks like 25 is the man who's going to come on, but they've not done it yet.
No, they've not. At the moment, shots in favor of the Bearcats, 16-6. 5 shots on goal for Lander.
Oh, that looked dangerous again, flying in that number 8.
Bell once more.
Oh, he's offside actually.
So he'll be whistled.
Still probably was a foul, for being honest.
I believe that's the first offside infraction against Alabama Huntsville tonight. Bearcats have had 5 shots on goal. Alabama Huntsville has only attempted 1 shot on goal, and it was the shot from Bell that found the back of the net on the one-on-one. Now Young in the middle of the pitch. Just got it a little too far away from his foot. The Bearcats recover. Chrétien calling for it on the far side. He's got a lot of space.
What a pass.
Ball inside the box, center right side.
He's offside.
Ball is in the net. The offsides flag was up.
I think Oz was offside from North then.
Young with his head on his hands.
Tebow's movement there, like he said, he was open. The right back had to come out to him, because otherwise, you can't give T that much time and space. And Oz just ghosted in between the right back and the centre half. Just drifted offside though. But opportunities are there for Lander. They're still creating. Not really done as much this second half, but similarly to the first half, as the game goes on, you should expect to see more and more.
When you'd like to see that now if you're the Bearcats, because it felt like Alabama Huntsville had kind of become the more aggressive attacking team. Now here come the Bearcats. Chrétien near side, lofted in, nobody there. Lander trying to run it down. The Chargers come out with it. Lander sort of picking up the intensity now offensively here in these last few minutes. Quick counter here by the Chargers. 1-on-2. All sent far side.
That's not a foul. We can't give that.
Ferguson.
Surely not. Oh my God, how's he giving that?
That
was just a shoulder to shoulder.
They're going to call it as it's going to be drawn by Moreno.
That is soft. Down this end, right in front of us. He's done well, him and Kyle. Defending 2v1. Forced him wide. Great defending, textbook stuff from the two of them.
Sandwiched him in there.
And then Skelton was 1v1. It's soft. I'm not sure if the linesman gave it or the ref, but that looked very, very soft to me.
I couldn't tell who was the man that made the decision, but now Botham going to face his biggest moment of the night. This is Rafa Moreno, the sophomore out of Spain, with an opportunity to put the Chargers up 2-1 here with under 23 minutes to play.
21.
Moreno approaches it and into the right side of the net, and the Chargers have the lead. It's 2-1. Alabama Huntsville will take their first lead of the night on the penalty kick.
Another frustrating moment there for Lander. They've just been caught over the top. Skelton and Kyle, they did well. Skelton's still talking to the ref, and rightly so. It didn't look like a foul at all. He's given it, and I think he booked him for it.
So another booking potentially for Lander.
Well, just while they scored, Leach has just come on for North as well. Look, this left back needs to get got at. He struggled first half. He's not really been tested second half.
Well, now Lander facing an early deficit. Bearcats last year in the season opener, for those of you that joined us on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network, you might remember Chawan rolled into Greenwood and grabbed a 2-0 lead early before Lander exploded for 5 goals to take a 5-2 win. The Bearcats don't have a lot of time here, down 2-1, 22.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, I really hope the boys can come back from this. They've deserved it. There's a long time to go, Hopefully they don't panic, keep the composure. It's not been a perfect performance. It's been good for a first game, but they have been the better team. Like you say, mentioned that Chawan game. Started slowly first half. I think if I remember rightly, we went in 2-2 at half time. Made a couple of changes, changed the shape, and then rushed away to score 3 goals second half. Obviously, it's less time this game, but I really, really hope the boys can come back because they've put in a lot of work pre-season and over the summer.
Well, and as you mentioned, the Bearcats, as they brought Leach in off the bench, there's a lot of talent that was not in the starting 11 for Lander. They've not made a lot of substitutions, so you theoretically might have some very fresh legs on that bench.
Yeah, we've got a big squad with a lot of quality throughout.
All curved in and handled by Fullen.
Yeah, he did well there. Ford jumped right in front of him, so he's done well to hold on to that. Is he wearing a mask? I've only just noticed that.
He is. I saw it in the warm-up. I didn't even make the connection, but you're right. He's got a mask covering basically his entire face. And Fullen, honestly, if you look at the score line right now, I mean, he's the difference. Lander has had 5 shots on goal. The Chargers have only had 2, and the 4 saves by Fullen are the difference right now and why Alabama Huntsville leads this game late. And another ball misplayed in the back, and Bell unable to come out with it as there were too many white jerseys back there.
Yeah, it did well to recover. Eduardo, a little bit slack. You know, tried to play it out to Rich, left it a little bit short, and they're the kind of errors you can't make as a keeper. It's such a brutal position because if you're a striker and you make a mistake, then what's going on there?
Ball on the near side,
that's a foul.
tackle from Ferguson, and
Yeah, that's probably another yellow.
the whistle comes out. Bell,
He's very inconsistent with his yellows. He gives some soft ones, and I'm not sure how 8 got the ball. There's a pole right in front of us, so I didn't quite see
I
it. but-
couldn't see it either, Ian, but Bell did come out with it, and Ferguson, a hard tackle and probably worthy of a foul, but you're right, here in the second half, we've not been quite sure what's going to draw the card and what isn't, and that one is not, which is good news for the Bearcats because they've already had a litany of yellow cards against them already in this match.
Yeah, need to defend this well. You know, Lee does beat into us in training, or into the boys, not us anymore, I've graduated, but beats it into them. Set pieces are so important. Set pieces and errors, and unfortunately for Lander, those 2 have been the difference so far.
This is Nylop, high free kick. Chargers trying to save it along the end line, and they're unable to do it. Squandered opportunity there by Alabama Huntsville. Now can Lander take advantage?
Who's coming on here? Ridley, I think. Ridley for Ty, it looks like. Maybe a switch of formation, maybe, unless I know he is a centre-back coming in. Looks like Kyle's going to go holding mid where Ty was, and Ridley just slotted in next to Skelton in mid centre of defence. Be interesting to see how Kyle adapts his position now, because it is, I know you're only 5 yards further up the pitch, but your role completely changes, so be interesting to see how quickly he can adapt to that change.
Lander with time ticking away now. 19 minutes remaining. Down 2-1 to Alabama Huntsville.
It's still a long time though. This heat will definitely start playing a factor now.
Absolutely. As Ferguson heads it, with the Chargers able to come back with it. Now they want to counter with Bell. Lander's got 2 defenders back there, and a nice kick ahead by Bryan. Lander, now they want to counter. And a tackle in midfield.
Looked a little soft from Oz, but won the free kick.
Yes, he did.
It'd be nice to see. Right, there we go. Out to Rich. Keep the ball on the deck. We're so quick with the ball on the fleet and the movement. See, look, Tebow can come inside. Sin drifting wider. We're going to cause problems for them. Just the ball's been spent too long in the air. Great pass out wide there.
Bryan's got it near side. Chargers try to converge. He finds Chrétien with space. Now Chrétien in the middle of the pitch. Retreats slightly.
Sin's on his own wider if he can find him.
Hanger, a wide and high attempt from deep.
Yeah, now it's important, you know, the creativity of that front 4. Sin possibly playing more advanced. Tebow wider, Leach on the other side, Rob up top. Those 4 interchanging, causing problems for the back 4, back 5 for Alabama. It's going to be good throughout the season if those 4 can link up. And obviously North's come off. Players on the bench who can play in any one of those roles, offer different options. But, you know, they've only got 17 minutes to get the win in this game.
Ferguson heads it forward. Ball Young trying to win the header. Now the ball free in the midfield. And taken by the Chargers. It's booted back by Busio. Long pass far side, out of play. Throw in Lander. The Bearcats make something happen here.
Good press from Oz. Good press from Oz. Oh.
Brock tried to create problems there for Fullen. And he may have.
That's what you need. I know he's gone now, but Smudge, James Smith, the old assistant, used to say it. Who's going to grab the game by the scruff of the neck? Who's the one that's going to take it? And Oz making that 20-yard burst. That's going to lift everyone. Everyone's going to think, right, come on, boys, we need to do this now. Get together, press higher, win the ball higher. And that kind of thing, he does lift the team. It goes unnoticed on the stat sheet, but the morale was like, right, we need to do something here. 16 minutes left. I'm going to be the one who's going to win us this game.
Chrétien tried to make a run there. They didn't see him and then get it out in time. As he put forth a little burst of energy.
If Rich can find him, he's wider again.
Yes, he is. Now they play in the middle.
Oh, great pass.
Chrétien wants it, raises his hand. Can they get it to him? They cannot. Ball taken away by the Charger defense. They want to come back on the near side as they send it ahead to Clinton. But Lander wins it back.
Good composure there.
Now Sandy, he wants to run, and he sends it deep to Chrétien.
Oh, he's offside.
There's the whistle.
A little bit frustrating for Orlando, you know, as that flag went up and the whistle went, boys' heads were just like, oh, come on. Because, you know, he's looking across the line. It was a good opportunity. He's pulled wide, 1v1 versus that 13. He's not really run at him. No one's really run at their man so far this game.
The 6th offsides call against the Bearcats tonight. Alabama Huntsville has only been whistled for it once. Chrétien takes it near sideline. We'll send it back. That's Matthew Ridley into the game as he's along the back line. Ridley, the senior from Hartlepool, England. A transfer into the Bearcats.
That was a slack header. Played it right into numbers.
Brock fakes the shot, sends it near side. Young tries to come down with it.
Oh, what a pass that is. Go on, Leach.
Now ahead, Leach with the shot just wide left. Oh, Michael Leach reared back and gave that one a fire, but he sent it wide. Oh, Leach, that's his 3rd shot attempt of the night.
What a pass that was from Rob.
Absolutely a great look there from Young. The Bearcats misfire there, and the lead remains 2-1 Chargers.
Northie's back on. Northie at left back now. Who come off? Oakley. Rich has gone to right back. A very attacking move.
Bearcats trying to get
Oh,
some playmakers here with less than 15 minutes to play. Down a goal. Still time to work.
possibly hands in the back. Not giving it
A
though.
lot of contact there from the Chargers as
There we are. See.
Pearl was trying to win it. Now here
There we
comes North. He's got Chrétien left side if he wants him, and he does. Chrétien will track it down along the sideline. Hold his feet for a minute.
Great feet.
Wants to make a play along the goal line. Now tries to slip it back inside. Chrétien has it, still fighting for it, still has it, and now the whistle and they'll call for a handball.
That is harsh. He tripped over. The ball was cleared into him from about half a yard. There's no way he can get out of the way of that.
And nothing Chrétien could have done there.
But yeah, you know, first opportunity, he's got to get 1v1 with this right back rather. 1v1 with him, he's going to cause problems. He's not freshman of the year for luck. You know, he performed well. He's good at what he does. And we want to see more of that through this game.
13:50 remaining. Alabama Huntsville up 1. Chargers trying to get some cushion here. So that pass off target looks like it was deflected away by Ferguson. And Chrétien's got it now. Here comes a challenge.
He dived right in. That is a horrible tackle. 23.
There's Nelop, the sophomore from Estonia.
Straight through the back of T.
It didn't really look like much of a play on the ball there.
And again, late in the game, that's one you'd expect to be a booking, but
no such luck for Lander. 13:20 remaining. North will send it back. And now Ridley.
great pass.
A lot of space on that far side.
Tebow's on his own again if he can
He
find him.
wants it,
Wider.
and they find him. Ferguson to the middle. Young, a one touch, and it's taken by the Chargers. Bearcats lose possession. Alabama Huntsville wants to challenge. Flag stays down.
Good tracking back from North. Kyle on the edge. Good defending though. Well done.
The ball over the end line. A goal kick for the Bearcats. Well done by the Lander back line.
If he can get it in, Tebow's finding acres of space.
The Bearcats either just haven't seen him or haven't wanted to risk such a long pass, but you've got a lot of speed and athleticism in that number 19 jersey. As you saw there, as he worked his way into the box, if not for an unfortunate placement, might have had an attack.
That's one thing. So from that goal kick, Tebow pulled out wider. Keeper we had here last year, Dino, he's moved on to bigger things. Obviously, he's now playing D1 at Wisconsin, but that's the kind of thing that, from your keeper, you want that. Yeah, there we go. The boy's just saying, keep it in play. If we keep it in play, we can get the ball moving, because now 21 can press, so he's not going to, but
The Chargers didn't really come up there, and you're right. That was an opportunity for them to cause some problems for Lander, and they just kind of sat back and waited. 12 minutes remaining, 2-1. Alabama Huntsville with the lead.
just need to be patient still. There's 12 minutes, there's a lot of time. All you need to do is find one goal as well.
Sandy ahead to North. Near sideline. North cuts it back into Sandy. Sandy with the ball on his right foot. He'll pass ahead to Chrétien. Nice save there by Tebow Chrétien. And the ball back out to Ferguson. They swing it right side. This is Bryant.
Come on, Leach, 1v1.
Sent wide to Michael Leach. Leach into the box, headed away by the Chargers. Ferguson keeps it for the Bearcats. Sandy
Oh, what
in traffic.
great
Great move to get away.
Oh.
Back inside. Shot attempt on the
Go
way,
on.
rolls right side.
Yes,
Followed
get
up
it
with the
there.
goal, and Landers knotted
What a
up
goal that
2-2. The Bearcats knotted up. It's 2-2. Oh,
What a move.
beautifully
Sinclair.
done.
Oh, the feet for that goal was ridiculous. Are
Sinclair,
we watching this back?
Sinclair Sandy taking it in the middle of the pitch as they sent it out wide to Leach to open it up. The Bearcats were able to win it back, and then Sandy split 4 defenders, tucked it inside, and the pass right to Michael Leach.
Great to see him back scoring goals. Leachy only scores big goals. He's done it throughout his career at Lander.
It was Robbie Young who came in for the assist, and you talk about earning your way back to an even ball game. 2-2 our score, and now Lander has knotted it up.
The feet from Sinclair. Oh, that
My
is
goodness.
That's the kind of thing that I was saying earlier. He's goes off the stat sheet. He was the one who got the assist to the assist, but of course that doesn't make it onto the stat sheet.
But he started it, you're right,
Yeah.
and hard to describe if you didn't see it how congested that area was. There were 4 blue jerseys around him. He split 2 defenders and then just nicked it through the second pairing and found Robbie Young, who in turn found Michael Leach in the far post. And the Bearcats have evened it 2-2. You knew the Lander, preseason 12th in the nation, they were not going to go quietly, but neither is Alabama Huntsville. Here come the Chargers.
Back post. Good feet. Oh, well done, Skelts.
10.5 minutes remaining in regulation. 2-2 ball game.
Oh, yeah, I think number 8 has come on. When Lander scored, number 8 come on.
That's Khalil Bell back in the ball game. He has been a heavy part of the action tonight.
Alabama not settling down here. They've got quick of his feet. Good decision.
Shot
I
by
thought he was
Boston.
going to stop. That's important there. That was good for confidence as well. He didn't second guess himself. It looked like he might stop, but he come fully committed to the tackle and cleared away.
Bonfim has not really displayed the nerves you might expect from a true freshman in goal on this stage here at Van Taylor Stadium. He's performed very well. He's been put in some tough spots.
Yeah, just as I was saying before that ball was played through, Alabama leaving 4 high, which is, adventurous from them. Not what you'd expect, but they haven't really. Rich in a bit of trouble here. Can he get out of it? Great, well done. But yeah, they're leaving 4 high. Look, Lander have got the ball. 4 men advanced off the ball. 18 now just coming back in, but still, they're looking to counter when they can. It's only 2v2 at the back now for Lander. Obviously, they're going to try and go for the win, as very rightly should. They're the higher ranked team. Here we go. Here's a chance.
Shot on the way into the goal, and it's just unable to be controlled right in front of the net.
Great delivery. Who was that? Oz or Leach? Just fired into Rob. Couldn't direct it goalwards. But things are looking promising now for Lander, as they did end the first half. Game is getting more and more stretched. Now it is important. I know Ty's come off, but this is the kind of thing that he'd do. Break up play, break up counter-attacks. Now it's Kyle's turn to do that role. And there he is winning a header in there. Going off, Rob's off. Oh, I think he's offside.
Pass ahead to Young,
Yeah, just
and
off.
he is. The flag goes up.
He was just coming back from an offside position. He made a run earlier, coming back from an offside position, and Norfolk rolled him in. That 21 has used his body well. 8 has just come underneath him when he's come on. You say his name was Bell, number 8?
Khalil Bell.
He's just dropped underneath that 21. He looks a little bit taller, more of a threat in the air. So when 21 backs into Skelton, that 8's just coming underneath him and flicking it on. Unfortunately for them, there's no one in behind. I mean, if they had a third man runner, maybe 11 or something like that. I'm not sure who's on the far side for Alabama, but if they had a little third man runner, that could be a problem. Here we go, if Lander press higher. And they've won the ball back. Yeah, there you go. Oh, tried it a little bit early. Right idea though, Tebow was 1v1 in the middle. Maybe it's a very tough skill that to hit that on the half volley inside. Alabama really looking to counter here. Every time they get the ball, they're looking longer.
I tell you, I'm impressed with the way that the Chargers have come out in this second half. They've not backed down from this Bearcat team at all.
Yeah, I fully expected them, I'm not going to lie, to just sit back, soak up pressure, frustrate Lander. And I mean, they did do that to some extent first half.
They did.
Oh, North, he looks quick. Good defending though, well done North.
Well done by the Bearcats, a clean stop there. I try to work it to
Handball.
Chrétien.
That's handball, yeah. Yeah, not in his favoured position there. 11 looked like he had the run on North, but he did well to get his body in and then cleared away by Ridley. If Lander can just get this ball back in play and move him about again. Right, North, he's got a spray to get this out to Leach though. He's seen it, I think. Oh, Leach wasn't the same wavelength. He's going to try it though. Zing.
Ball sent on the far side. 6.5 minutes to go. 2-2 ball game here in regulation.
See, let's straight away, that's their first look forward. Skelton and, well, now Ridley have had a lot to do this second half dealing with that. It is hard because there's nothing you can do if the ball is perfect. But then Lander doing it the other way. Just slow it down a little bit. Regain your composure. Regain possession of the ball. Move this team around. Who's this? Joe Conway coming on for Rob Young. He's run his heart out tonight, Rob.
Absolutely has. Now
Got an
Conway,
assist.
freshman from Newcastle, England, will check in the ball game, making his Bearcat debut.
Yeah, those two preseason games he played, I was impressed with his work off the ball. He really was pressing. Every time the centre half got the ball, you were seeing Joe sprint at him, rushing his pass. And that could be behind Lee's thinking here, because every time the centre halves are getting there, they're looking longer. And if Joe can press, that looked like a foul throw. Sorry, yeah, if Joe can press him, then obviously the pass is going to be off target. And Lander will get the ball back potentially higher up the pitch in better areas.
And the Bearcats find that third goal of the night here. Can they keep the Chargers off the board? Alabama Huntsville's put 2 goals on them here in the second period. Now Bell, near side, guarded closely by Ridley. Bell trying to break free. A great defense there from Ridley. Now Chrétien's got it.
Here we go, can we counter? Good turn
Back to
from Sin.
Sandy. He'll turn it inside.
His feet are so good in areas like that. That's the man you need on the ball. Just keep the ball. Oz is inside, if you can find him. Just going back home to Ridley. Sin pulls wider now. They're very compact over that side. The Alabama disciplined at switching from left to right, but the space is always on that side. You know, we mentioned it early in the second half. Tebow's pulling out wider, creating space. And if we can get the ball out wider, it's happened on the other side as well. If the ball's on this near side, Leach is wider as he's got it now. Oh, just a heavy touch. There we go, Joe's pressing.
Conway trying to come on and make something happen there.
Great feet again from Sin. He keeps possession of the ball so well. That looked like a foul. Advantage maybe.
On the way into the box, headed away by Hurl. Lander still got it. Fight for it on the right side.
Here we go.
Still free.
Go on.
Ball's in the middle, deflected. Chargers still trying to clear it, and they do.
It's risky game from Lander, you know. I mean, great defending there from Skelton, but leaving yourself 2v2. Now it's 3v3. You work on it in training, 3v3 defending and attacking both sides of the ball. But you'd rather have a man up. Who's coming off? I think, is that Oz might be coming off? Yeah, Oz for Sia.
Brock is coming out, you're right.
Like for like change. Sia a little bit of a less forward mind thinking player, but he's going to get on the ball straight away, is he? No.
Three and a half minutes remaining.
Great combination between those two. Yeah, that looked like handball. Sia just lost it in the air, and as he was spinning around, caught it with his hand. Alabama starting this game quick, 3 minutes left. They recognise time's running out, but they're going for the win.
Ball high on the near side of the box and headed away. Throw in coming up for the Chargers. As we enter the 87th minute. .245 remaining in regulation as Chrétien. A little shove there against Nicholas Hall. Bearcats will have it now, and now we'll have another substitution. Oakley Hanger back in the ball game.
Who's coming up? Leach. Yeah, he
Leach
looked a
is
little
out.
bit leggy. See, there we are. North. Rich now back to left back. North coming out on his far side, right winger. Leach, obviously, he's first game back in over a year. He's going to be struggling for that match fitness, so it's no surprise to see him going off. but he'll make an impact, hopefully in overtime. Like I said, Leachy scores big goals, so it screams out his name to score the winner.
And the ball headed to the middle of the pitch. Bell on the far side. He's hounded by the Bearcats.
Good defending that. Probably a little bit of obstruction there from number 8.
And the Chargers managed to keep it as Bell kind of shielded Lander away. Under 2 minutes to go in regulation.
So there we are. There's that work rate from Joe. He's pressing on his own.
That's right.
But now he's forced him into an area where Carl and Sin both stepped. Alabama have done well to get out of it.
Minute 45 remaining. Long pass ahead. Brian there. Ball headed high by the Chargers. Brian takes it at his feet. Now can Lander counter? He's got Chrétien near side. Instead he goes inside to Sandy. Sandy going to pass it back to Jemadar.
Great
Jemadar,
pass.
work it wide.
Here we go. Now's the chance. T comes in on that back post. Oh, great feet off. Go on.
Back in the middle.
On his left foot.
Nice footwork. Shot on the way.
Oh.
Deflected in over the end line.
Joe just got in the way of that, I think.
Off of Conway. Deflected. A great effort there from North.
He scored a great goal similar to that down the other end of the pitch pre-season against Southern Wesleyan. And I was, when he come in on that left foot, he is so dangerous. I was expecting that one to hit the back of the net. High expectations for him.
1 minute remaining.
Great composure from Sia. 1 minute. Come on, boys. Last push. Last push.
Lander with it on the Charger into the pitch.
He's looking for that switch.
Taking his time now.
What a pass that is. He's onside.
Great ball inside.
Oh,
No one there.
Yeah.
Oh, he wanted to see a white jersey flash in the box, and nobody showed up.
here we go. Get the ball back in then.
Bearcats still with just over 35 seconds to go.
Great touch.
Ball far
Go
side.
North, deliver. Corner ball. Last chance. Here we go.
Lander's going to get one more chance out of your right. 30
The big
seconds.
men coming up. 11 men behind the ball.
Here come the Bearcats.
Just relax here. Yeah, good from Sin. Relax. 20 seconds.
Plenty of
We
time.
can swing this in the box in the next 5, 6 seconds. 10 seconds left. Attack it with the big men.
Down to 14.
Need to
down
hurry
to
up.
13. Here comes North. He's going to send it in.
What,
A lot
delivery?
of bodies there.
Yeah, get it there!
And the
What a
Bearcats
header!
take the lead 3-2.
Skelton.
Beautifully done as the Bearcats will get the game winner
What a header.
here at Van Taylor Stadium. Lander snatches a victory away from the Chargers. 10 seconds remaining on the clock.
Oh, that's
Lander.
got to hurt.
What a beautiful ball from Jamie North. My goodness.
What a delivery. Great move from Skelton. Lost his man. What a header that is. What a header.
Jordan Skelton skied up to take it. And
What a moment.
10 seconds left.
I said-
Lander up 3-2.
When he gave away the penalty, he's the kind of character, he wants to make up for his mistakes. And what a character he is. Well done to the big man. Fantastic. I'm so happy for him. Great delivery as well.
Unbelievable. Lander in the 90th minute.
10 seconds left. Oh, that's got to be hard for Alabama. It's almost like an overtime goal. You can't come back from this.
The Chargers will have 10 seconds to make something happen here.
They're just going to lump this in the box. But, I mean, looking at that back line, I don't fancy him to win a header here.
Lander's got nobody up around midfield here. They don't want any part of this.
It might be worth Sia or someone just going to press. Just rush him into it. Here you are. Go on, Sia. Press him.
Jamadar's
Oh, he's not even gonna worry.
going to back off. Chargers will send it long. Ball headed away
There
by
it
the
is.
Bearcats.
Game over.
Lander's
Game
gonna
over.
win it. The Bearcats rally in the second half, 3-2. Lander victorious over Alabama Huntsville, and what a gritty, gutsy win from this Bearcat team in the season opener.
Yeah, not perfect from the boys, but that's 1-0 on the record. You'll take them at the end of the year, won't you? Obviously, Lee will be disappointed that they have conceded 2 sloppy goals, but, I mean, three positive goals, 2 from set pieces, 1 well-worked goal. Yeah, it is a good performance from Lander. You'll take it. It does hurt for Alabama, though. That does hurt.
The corner from North to Jordan Skelton is the difference. We'll step aside and wrap things up when we come back. Lander victorious 3-2 over Alabama Huntsville. You're listening to Bearcat Soccer on the Bearcat Broadcasting Network.
check.
Back at Van Taylor Stadium, Rickson Lane joined on the field now by Jamie North and Jordan Skelton as the Bearcats snatch a victory away on opening night over Alabama Huntsville. Jamie, back in action after missing off last season, and then the ball at your feet there in the final few seconds. Just take us through what you were thinking as you prepared for that final corner kick.
My legs were like jelly, to be honest. I just ran from left back, but just get it in the box. Obviously, my first one earlier on went side netting, so stick it on Blanky Bean's head in. Always got a chance, haven't we?
And Jordan, I know earlier in the match a ball misplay and the Chargers able to get a goal, and I know you wanted to try to make up for that. And then take us through what you were thinking as you came charging in for that last second attempt.
I mean, all I can say was obviously two mistakes. One I can completely take the blame for, the other one obviously referee's decision. But I mean, that last corner there, I just thought, if I get a broken nose, a split face, just throw everything at it. And thankfully, it happened to go in the top corner. So I just want to apologise to everybody for probably the heart attacks that I've left in this game. But at the end of the day, whatever it takes, if you can tell us that we're going to win the game, I'll take whatever it has to go through.
The Bearcat fans will forgive everybody for the excitement that they went through tonight. Lander victorious 3-2. That'll do it for us tonight from Van Taylor Stadium. Have a blessed evening, everybody, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night for women's soccer. Appreciate it, guys. Great game.